Today I'm sketching something a little bit different, a small tech pod tucked into a park landscape. And while the drawing speeds by, I want to share 3 ingredients that can shift your mindset from artist to designer. If you've ever wondered why some drawings feel like places you could actually step into, these 3 ideas are the reason. Stick around because once you understand them, your work starts communicating like a designer's, not just looking pretty, but building worlds. I've always loved mixing man-made structures with the natural landscape. I suppose that's the landscape architect in me. Today, I'm keeping it simple with pencil. It slows me down a bit, but that's part of the charm. Unlike pens or markers where you basically are dealing with black or not black, pencil gives you this beautiful range of gradients. You can push softness, atmosphere, and tone in a way that feels almost sculptural. For this sketch, I started with a little pod-like shelter. It's the kind you might see in airports or convention centers. And I dropped it right into a park setting. No reference, just imagination. And yeah, I don't draw people a lot in my scenes. They just take time, and honestly, their clothing, they date a rendering faster than anything. Clothing trends age like milk. Pods age like, well, slightly slower milk. Artists can draw anything beautifully. The really good ones draw like designers. Designers use their drawings as a tool, not just to evoke emotion, but to communicate a space, an idea, a possibility. My work professionally isn't meant to hang on a wall, it's meant to incept ideas into people's minds, to help them imagine a place that doesn't exist yet and get excited enough to support it. Once that vision lands, we move into technical design, which is its own kind of art with very stringent rules, constraints, and consequences. Often object designers, they make things. Landscape architects make places, and designing a place is often about doing the opposite of architecture. In buildings and homes, you see, we emphasize scale and openness, trying to make the space seem larger. Landscape architects take the infinite outdoors and try to make it smaller, more intimate, a place where you don't feel like a bug in a jar. That brings us to the 3 ingredients that make a space feel real, believable, and comfortable. Ground plane is the first ingredient. You notice the first line I put down on this image was the horizon, about a third up on the page. That instantly tells the viewer the ground matters more than the sky. If you put the horizon dead center, like some of my elementary art school teachers would tell you, you're saying that the two are equal, and humans, like the YouTube algorithm, don't love ambiguity. They want to know specifically what's important. Watch how the walkways taper, how the plantings lose detail as they recede, how shadows anchor everything to the earth. The ground plane is the foundation of a believable space. Everything attaches to it. Everything depends on it, and if you get this right, your drawing already will feel intentional. Next is the vertical plane. The pod, the trees, the shrubs, even the hedge in the background, these act like walls of your living room. They define boundaries, create comfort, and shape how we move through space. Some verticals are solid. Others are more like veils where they filter light and offer privacy without shutting out the world. In this sketch, the trees vary in scale, and that variation tells your eye how far things are away from each other. And then, of course, the light behaves differently in bark, leaves, structure, and that contrast in value will also help the space to feel alive. Finally, the overhead plane. This is the ceiling of the outdoors. It's what makes a space feel safe, sheltered, and intentional. In this sketch, the canopy of the large tree does that job. Other overhead elements we could have used would include things like pergolas, shade sails, awnings. Now, they're often the most expensive part of a space because all the structural support and whatnot. So trees may provide the most practical solution in many instances. You're looking for also shade from the harsh sun and in some cases weather protection from rain. So the overhead plane, though, it frames your view, it softens light, and it gives you that refuge feeling, the sense that you're protected while still connected to the world around you. Ground plane, vertical plane, overhead plane. Just like floors, walls, and ceiling define space indoors, these ingredients are the backbone of outdoor space. You master them and your drawings stop being pictures, they become places. Your designs gain clarity, your art gains believability, and your viewers, clients, or collaborators instantly understand what you're trying to communicate. If you want to keep exploring how drawing and design overlap, and how to think like a designer while sketching like an artist, stick around, I've got a lot to share.